Well, welcome to a grand day of rugby here in Tasmania. We've got a full schedule all day, starting with this first match. We have our women's sevens finals roster, where the teams are all placed based on their performance throughout the season, where they'll play off in two pools with a grand final that'll come to you around about 1:40 p.m. later today. We've got our first pool playing this morning. Unfortunately, the second pool that includes Devonport has only got two teams in it in the end, as Devonport were unable to field a team in the latter part of the season. But let's focus on this one. Team from UTAS right in front of us with the ball in hand versus Launceston. And just waiting for our referee. Siren's gone. And Lindiger with the kickoff. And she goes deep, and it goes straight to Cara North, who gets it. She loves a bit of space, Cara. Gets past the first tackle, but taken by Lindiger on the second one. And in they come. Just Rhiannon James there, not able to take that ball, just a bit cold. And now UTAS are on the rampage. Pregnall, through one, through two. She's got Brancher on her outside. Gives the fend to the face of Thou, who says no thanks. But the ball spills out and Lindiger grabs it. And in 30 seconds, UTAS are over for the first one. So not the start that Launceston would have wanted if they were going to make a game of this one. They really would have needed to have held Launceston up there and maybe scored. So good tackle in the end from Thou to take Brancher to ground. And the conversion's good too. So we go straight to 7-0 to the team in red. And the dangerous Kenna Lindiger gets the first points on the board and converts her own. And the kick goes again. Same area next time, but they let it bounce, and it bounces back, and Keenan takes it, and she runs forward, makes a few more metres after gathering it. Pregnall's in at halfback. Spills it, but it ends up with Claire Ryan to Brancher. Lindiger on her outside. And Thou gets up in defence now. Takes Zing to ground. And there's some space over here on the blind. Hakinen sees it. She got Georgia Stewart there, and the defence doesn't get across. She steps one way, steps the other way. Cara North can't make the tackle. And under 2 minutes, and that's 2 tries to UTAS. Defence just didn't work hard enough from Launceston to get across to cover that blind there. Looked like they had the numbers coming across. And Thou got up and caused some pressure on Hakinen, who came around the blind first, but Stewart ran into a big gap and was able to easily swerve around Cara North, who was caught flat-footed. 14-0. Very shallow kick here, goes to Thou, who looks up just before she catches it and knocks it forward. And good recovery there. UTAS get that ball too. Zing goes blind. Thou doesn't let Lindiger around this time, and a nice little fling in that tackle. And it's knocked on. Great work by Thou. She's already made 3 tackles, I think possibly 4. She's the only one in between UTAS and the try line, it seems. Great coverage in the defence by her to hang on, not let Lindiger get through as she went for that strong fend. So Launceston may have the opportunity here to get their hands on the ball from the set piece at the scrum. North with the put in. Good drive from UTAS. It's rotated though. We'll come back and have it again. Front row here for Launceston. Claire Ryan, Emily Pregnall, and might be Ting Zing, I think. And ball 1 there by UTAS. I'd say the front row. Hakina running dead sideways, but wraps around nicely. Good set move, that one. Seen them practice it. And she gets there eventually. I think she's popped that forward, though. So nice defence in the end from Cara North. The pop pass in the tackle from Hakina went forward, though. Great support play from Utaz. Good tackle from Cara North. Well done. It's a really nice piece of play from Utaz there. Watching them in their warm-up. It's a move that they play with the wrap around. You have to cover hard in defence there. Cara North did so. Bit of wind out here today. It's sort of an unusual day. The wind seems to be blowing from left to right. And referee Jimmy Hobden not happy with the scrum set. So more minutes disappearing off the clock. The rate that Utah started, that's probably not a bad thing for Launceston. And the ball comes out. North gets it this time. And she gets the pass away, and the kick this time goes out, but doesn't make a lot of distance. Tranent back there with the kick. And Utahs will go to a line out. We'll see what sort of set piece play they have here off the line out. Very well organised and drilled team, the Reds. And line out comes, Zing goes in and lifted. Throw, just gets her hands on it, but Thou can't pick it up. Neither can North. And now the ball's going to come out wide. Stewart gets it and flings a big one out to Lindiger. North covering defence is valiant, but can't quite get her hands on Lindiger, who gets around the outside. Great attempt by Cara to get across, but Kenna Lindiger is over again for the third try for Utahs. This time, though, out wide. The kick is no good. So we'll stay there at 19-0 with 30 seconds left in this first half. It's been all Utahs. The ball hasn't even made it into Utahs' half so far. They've had to haven't had to defend anything. And Lindiger holds up 4 fingers as she comes back, just to signal where she's intending to kick this one. And she goes shallow again. Thou needs to catch it this time, and she'll get around the outside of Zing. She does. Needs to play on. Steps back inside Brancher. Ryan grabs around the bootlaces. And then the ball comes out to Hayley Smith, who pops it back to Thou. Ball now comes to Misha Rothney, who drives forward. In this case, Emily Pregnell there putting pressure on, but goes off her feet. And Thou takes the quick tap. There's no one with her. Cara North puts her eyes up, though, and has a look. And the ball's popped back to her. Thou needs to get to her feet quickly here to get onto this one. She's not going to. But Lindiger put her hands on the ground there. And Launceston with an opportunity here in attack. Thou deciding what to do. Goes the tap. Touches it with a foot, goes forward. Straight into Brancher, and the ball comes back. North dribbles it backwards. Needs some support there. Hayley Smith just not quite getting there. A bit of a high tackle. High tackle from Hakinen. So she's going to spend 2 minutes off. And Launceston with another chance. Rhiannon James comes in, wants to get her hands on the ball. Hasn't had a go as yet. Has a run. Needs someone to go with her, but no one's there. They're just really slow on the outside. And the ball's at the ruck now. Comes back. Rothney can't catch it over her head. And Claire Ryan gets up on that one quickly. And look out. A very quick turnaround. And Kenna Lindiger's going to run 80 metres to score. So great efforts there by Launceston. Really put the pressure on, but just a little bit of reluctance, I think, in attack there. They had a couple of players with some really good intent running forward, but the support play just wasn't there. And they're getting caught out at the breakdown without the support being close enough. And as we run into the half, Lindiger puts the extra 2 on, and University have a very, very commanding 26-0 lead. I'm not sure what Launceston have got in reserve, but they're going to need to support each other a lot better in this second half if they're going to get close to scoring. We'll have a quick break and be back with you shortly. All right, so second half about to begin. Was all Utahs in the first half. And except for probably for the last minute and a half, I suppose, of that half. The last play, Launceston got their tails up a little bit and had a bit of an attacking opportunity, but the support play wasn't really strong enough. The depth of Utah's really showing there, and they've come back out on the field with almost the same team. One substitution by the look of it. Ting Zing has been replaced. Ball comes now. And the knock on from the pass there from Brancher with the pass around her ankles. And Launceston will have an attacking chance here. Just waiting for Rhiannon James to come in. And away we go. So the ball comes out. North's got it. Just gives it to Thao Thao. She's a potent attacking weapon, but the defence of Georgia Stewart is too good. And Emily Pregnell steps over and steals that one. Dribbles it away, though, and it ends up being turned over. Pregnell with the tap now. Gives the pass away. Doesn't find its mark. And Utahs keep pushing it wide, but Lindiger gets around the outside and also gets around Cara North in that sweeping position, and Lindiger puts on her third, or is it her fourth? I'm not even sure. But Launceston continue there with the points, and the kick is also good. So Launceston push ahead now to a 33-0 lead. Oh, University. I keep getting these names wrong. I apologise. I don't know what it is in my head that's got them confused. Definitely not Launceston at the 33-0 lead. The other way around. You can see it on your scoreboard. All right, Lindigan now with the kick. And the ball clears the first line. Hayley Smith runs in, some good intent there, but just doesn't get down low enough to get her hands on that ball. Eyes were up, waiting for some defence to come, and she's knocked it on. And that gives University a really good attacking chance. I've had a few more subs here now. Pixie Gerber with the ball in her hand in the number 14. And also notice Ruby Lowe has come onto this near wing. You can just see her in the number 13. Also Hakinen back on the field there, so no more yellow card player. Georgia Stewart gets the ball, gets around the outside, gives it off to Lindigo running wide, runs back through the tackle of North, through another few tacklers out there, just not getting their body height down low enough. Thou comes around again, just looking to make that tackle. See the hand of Georgia Stewart on her own shoulder there, just indicating it was a bit high, but when Lindiger's diving over the line, it's pretty hard to go anywhere else. And she's put another one over too. So it's now 40-0. And it's all University. Waiting again for Lindiger. Is that all the kicking duties? Plenty of opportunities to do this today. And she goes deep this time, and no one's back there. Smith chases it up, but Thou gets back. And Lowe with a really solid tackle. And Ryan comes in, I think, and doesn't release in the tackle. So we'll come back for the penalty. And Launceston now with the tap. Thou. She's got Devadua next to her. They're just slow here, Launceston. No one real. Oh, and a high one from Pregnell. She might see a couple of minutes in the bin for that one. And the ball goes out. James looking for North around, and she's away now, Cara. Georgia Stewart gets back in defence, though, and holds her up. And straight onto that ball, Georgia, and the penalty will come to Utah. She's so quick to secure that ball in the tackle, and the defence is not going to get back. Georgia pins her ears back, and we've seen this repeatedly. Good chase from Cara North. She's almost got her for pace. Very, very equal foot race there. Some good acceleration from North. But Stewart, in the end, scores quickly. Defence just not getting back quickly enough there to stop her, and she was all over that. And yet another one goes the way of Utah's, and Georgia converts her own. I've said it before, I'd love to see a bonus point if you convert your own try in sevens. I think could make for an interesting game. We've seen Stewart kicking and Lindiger kicking here today, and it's great to have a number of players on your side who can kick those conversions, because in close ones they can be all the difference. All right, minute and a half to go. Lindiger with a short one this time. Thou gets under it, and this time she evades Ruby Lowe. And she's made a couple, get past a couple now. Beautiful step there around Lindiger. She's going to get around Sahansa out there too, and Gerber. And if she can pin her ears back here, she might have Cara North on the outside, but Lindiger doesn't commit on Thou, and she bundles Cara North into the ground. And now Rhiannon James has got the try line in front of her, and they won't stop her running down the wing. And she goes, and a well-earned try to the Launceston Tigers ladies, with a great piece of teamwork down there. And they're three names that we hear pretty regularly on the scoring there and in the play for Launceston. Thou, North and James. And Rhiannon James have been loitering down that wing, waiting for that opportunity. And she was unstoppable once she got the ball on the 20-metre line. And I'd say it's Misha Rothney with the attempt of the conversion. It's a long way across there, and she's got the wind blowing into her a bit. But great play there by Launceston. Pretty tough when you're 47-0 down, and they really showed some grit there to put some points on the board. So well done. And that will be the end of that match. So our first match of the day down. It's a very resounding 47-5 victory to University. They'll be up next at 11:40, playing against Easts, and then at 12:20 we'll see Launceston versus Easts before our 12:40 match, which is Burnie versus Harlequins. But it's looking very much like we're going to see UTAS in the grand final later on. They'll top their pool for sure. But yep, enjoy a bit of a break. We'll enjoy one here, and we'll be back with the next match at 11:40. And we are back for match 2 today. UTAS in their final match in the pool round up against the team from Easts. And we're away, so Keenan with the kicking duties now. Kenna Lindiger, after scoring 4 or 5 tries, has a break. And there goes Chicken with that familiar boot. Oh, hits the ground, and Mason's all over it. Can she pick it up? Yeah, she knocks it back. Great work, Christie, on the chase there. Oh, she's been pinned for knocking it on. But I don't reckon that was right. I reckon she knocked that one backwards. So it was a good chase by Mason. But that gives UTAS the opportunity. I think Sarah Double's stuck on this blind wing here. She's going to have to get across and defend. Someone needs to tell Sarah Double to get out on the other side and defend. Because it's 3-2. You can see those two in the back there, Mason and Chicken, and they're the only defenders out there for Easts. And UTAS have spread it wide. And Ruby Lowe there had 25 metres in front of her before the defence, there was any defenders, and she's thrown a wide pass that's been knocked on. Just needed to keep that ball in her hands there, Ruby. I think she could have run all the way and scored herself. Defence was pretty slow to get across and wasn't rushing up at all, so it gives the ball back to Easts. And again, Sarah Double stacked on that blind side on the far side. If Mikulowski spots her up, oh, she can't pick it up there. Good pressure from Gerber. And now the ball gets flung across. That's Kate Pratt out there. I called her, apologies Kate, I think I referred to her as Claire Ryan for pretty much the entire first match. Ruby gets around the outside, gets a fend on. She won't get past Sarah Double though, but stays in play and gets it back to Hokinen, who straightens up. Mason hangs on to her, and then she ends up being taken in a big tackle by a Chicken. And ball comes now. And it's been turned over. But unfortunately, Mikulowski offside there for East. And Hokinen goes the quick tap. There's no one with her though. She decides to go herself. Oh, great hit by Double coming in. Really great, solid contact from her. Well done by Hokinen to put that ball down and get back up too, with no support near her. The ball comes out. And Ruby Lowe gets it on the wing. She's a strong runner. Ball goes back into Pratt. And Pratt scores a solid try. So great work by Kate. Just solid contact down there too on Mikulowski, I think. No, it's... It's Ali Anderson in the with the red hair there. Might have been a head clash down there actually. So I think she'd only just come on too at Ali. Couple of subs for East already. Maybe no subs. Maybe I just hadn't even noticed them on the field. Ball comes back. Hokinen will kick. And it's a nice shallow one. Kells needs to get onto that. Bounces back and Gerber gets it off to Hokinen. She's got Pratt outside her. Pass goes to ground, but Lowe picks it up. She's hunting for that try line. I love the way she runs. She's got such low body height, so strong. And the support play from UTAS is exceptional. Hokinen looks out wide, but she decides that she's going to straighten up and run through a gap and brings it around and puts the ball on the grass under the posts. And she'll kick it herself. And UTAS with 2 quick ones after taking a little bit of time to get that first one, but that one's no good. And it's 10-0 the way of the Reds.
I played last game. Did you watch that? Of course you did. Of course you did. How you going?
Good commentary in the background there. Conversations there by players.
I feel like the fitness isn't there after 8 weeks. I'm like,
Familiar voice of Kenna Lindiger, who's having a well-earned break at the moment. Ball comes down. Anderson unable to take that one. Oh, and they just can't pick that up to East. And Kate Pratt again getting her body on the line. She's had a lot of game time so far today, has Kate, and she's really putting in top effort. Utahs will have another attacking chance here, pushing their back line out to the right. Ruby Lowe coming into that first receiver position. She's got Sahansa Naniyakara outside her. And I think that may be Magdi on the outside, way out on the wing. So we'll see if they can get the ball out that way. But, Gerber with the ball in her hands here. She's a strong runner. Mikulowski, though, opposite her, won't let her slip through. She's also an experienced player. Ball kicked out. Oh, and Lowe goes to the blind, but knocks it on. So it was a good option. The defence hadn't picked it up. If the pass had been a little bit lower, Ruby was onto that, flying at top speed. I don't even know if the cameraman had time to pick that one up. She'd came flying around. So defence now for Utahs, and we can see East in the background. Sarah Double standing in the first receiver position. Mason outside her and Chicken outside that. It's a good scrum, but the ball comes out. Double gets it. Drives forward and stolen. Now Kate gets around the outside, but Ali Anderson gets in there and takes her to ground. Gerber now running forward, one fend. Second fend, Sarah Double. I don't know where she came from, how she even got there after making the tackle on this side earlier. But she's playing a great game. And now Ruby Lowe, who's been fishing for the ball all day, finally gets her hands on it and puts on some points just before the half-time hooter. And Hokinen will kick the ball for the conversion and puts it dead straight over that black dot. And Utahs push ahead to another comfortable lead at half-time. So East, some really great defence. Sarah Double and Ali Anderson getting around and making some really good tackles. And we can see them on the left of the screen there with their arms around each other. I think they may have clashed heads earlier too, the two of them, but like literally clashed heads, not figuratively. But we'll take a break and be back very shortly with the second half. Okay, second half about to begin. It's been all University so far. Some good defensive efforts from the Easts, but to no avail on the scoreboard. And the kick comes. Chicken goes long down the middle. Gerber picks it up securely at her ankles. Just has a look and ends up hanging onto it. And she's found Low on her outside. Michalowski gets across but can't get her hands on Low. Good cover back there by Christy Mason to get in front of Low. And then in the end, Chicken comes around. But Brancher, who's freshly on this half, gets through the middle. And as we've seen her do a lot this year as well, puts that ball under one wing and steps one way and then the other, and she's under the posts. Again, a 30-second try to the Reds. And the kick, no good. Not the start that East wanted this half. Defence not quite spreading. Christy Mason's been good at slowing up these runners by getting in front of them. Hasn't been able to hang on to any as yet, but she slowed a few up to let that cover defence come. And we can now see Kenna Lindiger back on the field. Nearly called her Kenna Lendiger. Getting tongue-tied, and it's only the second game of the day. So Chicken takes that ball back in the 22 and kicks for touch. Ball. You can't see on camera, but the University bench is right next to us, right under the camera, and the ball was sitting underneath the bench, and I don't think the players knew. All right, Brancher with the throw in.
Let's go, Chicken!
Sure, just stopping there. Referee just wanting to make sure everyone's in the right place and onside. University's throw. Claire Ryan is now on the field. And ball goes over the back though, taken by Anderson, contact by Lindigan, and she drops it. There's Claire Ryan in the number 4 with that dashing red ribbon in her hair. And Brancher bustling through, taken to the ground by Anderson. Ryan comes in, now Gerber. She's got Lindiger on the right, and she gets around the outside, steps back inside, 3 of them. Mason's over there, can't get her hands on her, and Kenna goes under for another try to University. Look at this, gets around one. 3 cover defenders coming across, but she steps all of them. It's really good intent from the Eastern Suburbs players in defence there. They saw her going that way and they all headed, but she's too wily. Steps off that right foot. She steps off both feet just as well though. And then manages to get all the way around back infield. Oh, that kick doesn't even, just gets over the over the middle. Aiming for a shallow one there for Brancher. And the ball will come back to the middle here for Easts. Mason with the tap. She's got double and Anderson right next to her, and she gives it to Anderson on a solid run. Nice tackle from Pregnell, and that's going to be stolen but ripped out by Wright. So good effort by Lindiger. KT Wright there in the rainbow headgear coming on. She said to me earlier that she was a bit worried about dying today. Such a legend of the game, KT, coach of the Eastern Suburbs guys, and she'll come into first receiver. We've got Chicken there in the number 12 on this side. No defender. It's Georgia Stewart now spots her up and starts to come across. And that ball has been lost, and University winner Brancher straightens up. Oh, she could be away here too. Chicken's got some pace though. I think she'll get her. Nice tackle, but the pop goes. Georgia Stewart, she's freshly on the field. And a nice chase by Mason again. Just a lot of running from Mason back there. But Stewart, too good, too fast, too evasive, and another 5 points to University. The depth in the University side really showing. No conversion, but yeah, serious depth in this team. Able to sub players of such calibre on and off. Still have a comfortable win. And waiting for the play. This time, Lindegar with the kick. And it's going to be short again. Sarah Double picks it up, which essentially means that the ball's live. But because the ball had stopped, we need to come back to the middle. The ball's actually stopped on the field, therefore it's East's tap in the middle. Just a bit of uncertainty around that there. If the ball's still moving and hasn't travelled 10 metres and someone picks it up, it's then it's just a replay of the last set, except this time Pregnell tackles Anderson and it's Stewart who steals it. Chicken's got, not quite got Lindegar covered. And Kenna runs all the way to the sideline to get around the defenders. And she's run a giant arc to get back there. Nice chase in the end from Michalowski to get back and just force her to put the ball down a little bit quicker than she wanted. And the conversion kick is good this time. And the points go ahead. And we might see one more phase of play here. If they can get the ball back quickly enough. The hooter is about to blow. It's going to go now, and that will be the match. And no, this time looks like they're going to allow the final play. And it's a great kick here. Sarah Double gets underneath it a bit too much. Stewart picks it up. Does knock it backwards. Great work by her, and they're really desperate to get some more points here. We see this all the time from this UTAS team. Even though they're 41-0 up, they don't want to give up more points. And that one's knocked on, and we'll see the end of the game there. So I don't think the referee's heard. He's heard now. The game is over. And teams will shake hands, but a very resounding victory there to University. So they will go into the grand final this afternoon at 1:40. And we'll see in a few matches' time who will be competing against them. But it looks like our next match, Launceston versus East at 12:20. That one's coming up, so it will look like I don't know who they're going to play against, actually. We've got Burnie versus Harlequins, and the winner of that goes into that grand final. And I can't pick it. That's going to be a cracker of a match, that one. Both teams playing for a spot in the grand final. So 12:20, Launceston versus Easts, followed immediately by Burnie versus Harlequins at 12:40. And we'll be back for those games soon. Oh, and live to some great footage there. It's the rain's kicked in a little bit down here. Everyone's running for tents, and we're running for cloths to clean the front of the camera so you guys can watch some rugby from the comfort of your lounge rooms or cars or wherever you may be sitting while you're watching this on your phones or computers or televisions. We've got the third of our Pool 1 matches. This is Launceston versus Chicken, and that's all by the look of it. East yet to actually take the field. Can hear them in the background there, just giving a bit of a cheer before they come out. And fingers crossed that we'll be able to get some good footage out here. There's still a little bit of rain on the camera. Bit blurry around the edges, but it's better than nothing. All right, Thou with the kickoff.
Just go that way a bit. Yeah.
And it's good. Gets down to Michalowski, who picks it up on the chest and gets some steam up. Great tackle out there too. Chicken's now got the ball, and need I say it, boots it downfield. She's nearly got a 50-22. I don't think they exist in sevens, but not a bad not a bad effort from her to get the ball out, though no chases. And Launceston just outside their 22 with the line out. Ball's in the hands of Rothney with the throw. Taking a very long time. Line out numbers are interesting. And the ball finally finds Thau's hands. North gives it off to James, who fumbles that one forwards. And East will have their first real opportunity in an attacking position. They struggled immensely to get their hands on the ball in their game against University just past. And really didn't have any opportunities, whereas this one is a good one. Scrum going down. Michalowski with the ball in her hands. She's got her back line split. One on this near side, two on the far side. She picks it up and goes herself in the end. Cara North with a great tackle, and the ball's popped back and finds Anderson. She is trouble near the line. She stays on her feet, out of one tackle, pushes over the top of North, and in the end, the try has been scored. So a great bustling try there to Ali Anderson. I couldn't see from the angle I was at, but assistant referee was in a perfect position, and she managed to get that ball down over the line after throwing Cara North, I think it was, who was trying to make that tackle. But Ali Anderson, we've seen her do this before. When she keeps her balance and pushes towards the line, is very dangerous. And Easts go ahead to a 5-0 lead. Just waiting for Noni Harvey, aka Chicken, her much preferred name, to come back for the kick. And it's a nice boot down the middle and clears everybody. Cara North gets back quickly. She's got Smith with her and puts a hand on it, but luckily doesn't knock it on. And Cara gets the ball away. Thau, will she get around Kells? I don't think so. She does, actually. And, oh, she gets around the lot. Manages to evade Mason and manages to evade Sarah Double. And Naomi Thau, she's had a great day of rugby despite losing quite heavily in her first match against University. And she always puts in 100%. And that time, the tackles from East weren't good enough. And Thau runs 65 metres to score and convert and put her team in front 7-5. The rain seems to have abated pretty much by now. The wettest place is actually on the edge of a tent, catching drips. Plenty of blue sky now too. So looking good. A little bit slippery though.
Come back in for us, guys. Please, thank you.
Thao now with the kick. And she goes to her right, and Michalowski's waiting for it, and she's got safe hands, and she gets around the outside but unable to break free. Some nice work out there between Michalowski and Anderson, and a great tackle by Rhiannon James. Kaika comes in and picks the ball up. She needs some support though. She stays on her feet. Very strong work, and eventually gets to ground, and Cara North's all over it. We'll see a penalty. No, the ball's been stolen. North puts it down, gets back to her feet, picks it up and throws the pass off. And some nice running, good solid tackle there. Chicken getting the shoulder down. And the ball comes wide now. Smith flings the ball back in the tackle from double. Cara North gets back first. And North just runs across field. She's looking for a one-on-one with Mason. And Mason manages to grab the wrist. But the pass from North finds the very dangerous Thao on the wing. And she's got good pace out wide. Good pace shown there from Mason as well. Christy Mason's been everywhere in defence today. She just needs to get her body in a little bit closer and get down and tackle with the shoulder to be a bit more effective. I think so many times we've seen her there just trying to grab at players' arms or sleeves. She was able to hold on to Cara North. Just got her in a bit of a wrist lock on that last one, but she could get down and tackle with that shoulder. She'd stop a lot of those breaks being made. So great work by Christy Mason in defence, but unable to stop the pass from Cara North, finding that person with the ball in her hands right now, Naomi Thao, who gets the kicking duties as well. Got to run 60 metres back and then be the one to kick as well. And the kick goes over the head of Kaika. Kells runs in and gets it. Does a good job not to knock that on, and Chicken sweeps in behind and picks it up. Great fending there from her too. She's got Mason on her outside who's looking for Kaika, but she can't catch it. And blue hair to blue hair. And just hear a sigh from Mason on the ground there. She's been very busy in her matches today. And we'll be, this will lead us into half time. So we'll have this last scrum. One more opportunity for Launceston. With the ball in this scrum. And we're just going to reset it. Just making sure the scrum is set safely and correctly. Okay, ball goes in and out. North. Pass it to Thao. Michalowski with a good defensive attack. Oh, nice tackle from KT Wright on Thao. Knocked that ball loose and knocked on both ways in the end there. So great tackle from KT Wright to shut down the last attacking attempts in that half by Launceston. So good tight half of rugby there. 2 tries to Launceston, both to Naomi Thao, and 1 to Easts by Ali Anderson. So we'll be back very shortly to see who can snatch victory in this game and take out second place in the pool. We'll see you soon. All right, rest time's over, and we're back into it. Chicken with the kick. We know she loves it. Definitely her forte. And the drop kick, it's a beautiful kick. Finds all the way down to the 22. Dropped, but went backwards from Trennant. And she gets around the outside and runs straight into Anderson, but shrugs her off. Great, solid work there. And now Launceston running forward. Good, solid hit from Double. And Launceston, though, move forward. Rothney now into Shani Kells, who won't let her go and eventually does. But that ball went forward to Hayley Smith. So very solid and committed defence from East to start this second half. Really solid contact and really great work out there from Katrina Trannett as she ran into Ali Anderson. I thought there was going to be carnage, but she ended up just shrugging her off. And East will have another opportunity here to drive forward in attack. Watch this ball come out to Chicken, who'll kick for the corner. And that ball's just come straight through the scrum, and we'll have it again. Skeeter Michalowski with the ball in her hands at the moment has had an excellent day of rugby. She's an experienced player and very reliable. Ball comes back now. Here we go. Chicken. She goes straight to the boot. She's got to chase hard here. Cara North has got the pace, we know, to get back, but if she fumbles it, she's in trouble. And a great tackle down there by Chicken, putting the pressure on. And eventually the Launceston support gets back around there. And Sarah Double runs in and makes a good solid hit. Launceston struggling back there on their 22. Mia Mason is now on the field there in 15 with the blue headgear. She's an attacking potential as well. She'll need to chase Thou. I think she's got the pace, has Mason. Just got to grab hold of her. Beautiful work there by Mia. And now the ball's on the ground. Well done by Thou to get back up. Mason hasn't played any rugby yet today, so she'll be pretty fresh. And takes a good hit there, but Cara North in support, picks it up, but the ball was knocked on back in the Mason tackle. So Christy Mason's had a rest and she's been replaced by Mia, and Mia is already stamping her position on this game. Some great defence, not giving up and not letting Naomi Thou, who's already scored 2 tries this match, get away. Be wanting to get the ball in the hands of Mia if you want to bridge that gap on the scoreboard. And here comes Chicken, runs into contact and bumps off the tackler and gives it away to Mason. If she can get outside Rothney, she's through, but she can't quite get there. Pops the ball back and finds Michalowski. They clean out East. Great work, but holding on just a little bit slow. In there were the support players, and great work at the breakdown. I think it was Thou. Now the tap comes from Devajua. She gives it to North. If they let her get outside Kells, she's away. Kells gets an arm on her and then intercepts her. This game is an absolute cracker. Kaika picks it up, gives it back to Kells. She'll straighten up and blitz through, but just can't put that ball down and get it back, and it's pilfered by Cara North. And just going to have a bit of a discussion here. Just checking some hair. I'm not sure what happened. So Devajua picks it up, goes to Thou. There's a couple of good defenders in front of her, though. She steps back inside, gets around Michalowski, and fends off Mason. And in the end, scores a relatively easy try for Naomi. So after all that good defensive work in the lead up there, East couldn't stop Naomi Thou from scoring her 3rd for the match. But some great commitment and really ferocious play out there from both sides. But particularly the East players really turned it up in defence. Sure what the hold up at their last breakdown was. I think it just might have been a little bit of angst between a couple of players. Some hair got pulled out maybe. Don't think it was intentional, but some great play, but really good, solid work out there from Launceston under some pretty ferocious pressure. Thou now to kick. She'll go straight down the middle, I reckon. Straight over the head of Anderson, but in comes Kells, picks it up at her ankles nicely. Runs straight into Cara North, uses her weight beautifully. She needs to pop this ball back quickly. Great work by East. They got 2 players on the outside of Anderson. She straightens up. What a great tackle by Tranent, and stolen in there by Gabby Butler. And now it's looking dangerous for Easts. But no, Sarah Double makes a cracker of a tackle. And I think Rothney on the ground there, she's put it down, has lost it forward. And we will see a scrum to the Roosters. There's certainly some contact on the field. There's also a referee or assistant referee on the field trying to shoo away a seagull, of all things. It's all happening. Seagull doesn't want to shoo away, just wants to go and get involved in the rugby. East now. Michalowski, she goes the boot. I don't think it was on, but Mason gets back there and gets Thou. She's got to get to her feet quickly. Well thrown back, and that'll be a penalty against Thou there, picking that ball up on the ground. Oh, lucky to get away with it. No, arm goes up. There it is. So knocked on by North, and Thou's off her feet and offside, and she's not allowed to touch that ball. Now, Michalowski, she's got Mason with her. She decides to run into contact, looks for someone, flops it back, and knocked on. Now the ball's been turned over and Launceston have it. And that'll be the end of the match. What Launceston don't want is to throw an intercept here or lose this ball. And we're going to come back for the earlier knock-on, and I suspect that'll be the match, although I don't know if the referee heard the hooter. Oh, it's a penalty back there. I don't know what the penalty was for. We're going back for the penalty before the hooter. And a great battle between these two. It's an exciting match when Thou and Mia Mason are coming up against each other. Rothney now. They just need to maintain possession here, Launceston. They don't want to lose it. If they turn this ball over, East could come away and snatch a victory. Tranent's been good this match. Oh, well caught there by Smith. Ball's been knocked on now. And an offside play there from Smith, but we'll go back to the earlier knock-on. And a very entertaining match, especially that second half. And Launceston 17, East's 5, and all of the points in that match for Launceston scored by the wonderful Naomi Thou, who deserved that. And they'll be back after today. Launceston will see them in a match against the loser of this next match, but I can't wait to see this next one. It's Burnie versus Harlequins. The winner goes into the final with University, and the loser will play Launceston in the consolation final. We'll be back very soon with that match between Burnie and Harlequins. All right, no time to breathe in between these two matches, but we are ready to rumble. This match, I don't think anyone can pick who's going to win this one. It's very close, but quite close call between these two teams. They've played each other a number of times. I think they've had wins both ways. And today, who knows who is going to come away with the points and the place in the grand final. On the field for Burnie, I can see Anna Varka, Isabella Hardy's out there, Rebecca Sweetman, Jessie Murhigh, and who else is out there? Oh, Virginia Tuapolotu. I would imagine that Tina Patolo's out there as well. And Mel Weldon, I think. And the ball comes straight to Hardy, who's taken in a good tackle by Attrell from the Queens. Ball comes out now. And a dashing run through the middle. Virginia Tuapolotu's away. I don't think Conway's got the pace to catch her. She's making ground, but Virginia goes over, and very swift work through the middle there. What acceleration shown. Just sniffed a gap. The outside defender got up too quickly, and the inside defender was just caught lagging. And she spotted that gap and was through it like a fox. So a great start there to the Emus. Come a long way for this match. Just the one pool match for these guys. So this is essentially the qualifying final for these two teams. You lose and you're out. And that is a great start for Burnie. Varka now with the kick. And gets it over that first line of defenders. Ball comes back near Ledster, but Attrell takes it. She's solid and runs into a great hit from Hardy with Murhigh next to her, but the ball comes out. Ledster to Conway, O'Donnell, Andreessen to Avasa, dishes it off, and now they've got the ball around the outside. Oh, Isabella Sproul sends the defender from Burnie flying, and this game is high intensity. Ball comes out now. Attrell. Oh, the solid hits. Murhigh low and then Patolo high. And Attrell keeps hold of that ball and taken to ground. Ball passing across the field there, but in the end just lost by Lily O'Donnell, I think. She's trying to fling a pass out wide to Sproul. And Sweetman's on the ground. She's all right. She's up. And it'll be a scrum to Burnie. I tell you what, if Tina Patolo is on fire like we've seen, I wouldn't want to be in a Harlequins jumper because she is a wrecking ball. She's actually playing there in the number 3 at halfback. Gives her a good defensive attack on the opposition when the ball comes out too. Ball comes now. Patolo goes to the right. And the try scorer, Tuapolotu, solid tackle. Ball goes now, Sweetman. Will she get around the outside? She's pretty quick, but she dishes it back inside. Conway coming over the top, making a solid hit. There are no easy meters here, and the ball's been turned over. Andreessen to Ivasa. Oh, we've called a forward pass. Just that running across the field a little bit there by Harlequins on that turnover. Sorry, they just makes it hard for the players outside them when you start running across field. If they try to straighten up, they get in front of you way too quickly. So a bit of bad luck there to Harlequins. Another great attacking opportunity here for Burnie. Great scrum, Harlequins. They're going to win that ball. No, definitely drove through it, but it's spun around past the 90 degrees, and so Burnie lucky to get away with that one. Very nice drive in that scrum from Harlequins. Go again. And can't get it out again. But eventually Patolo manages to get it. Shrugs off Conway and goes through. She's short though. Flings the ball back and it's been turned over. Great work in there. Isabella Sproul to get in there and great work by Sproul to get in there. Sorry, we just lost our on-the-field audio, I think. I can only hear myself, but we've got some rugby still playing here. We've got another penalty advantage to Harlequins. That ball's been turned over, stolen by Tuapolotu. But the few penalties now against Bernie on this this position on the field. Savannah, now the tap and go, and she's going to run straight up and loses it in the tackle. And now Hardy's picked it up. Can she get the ball off? No, not to Sweetman. She goes the back flick pass. Sweetman now picks it up. She's sniffing some space outside. Or goes the pass, but slips out of her hand. She had two outside. You can see what she was trying to do. And that ball just slipped away from her. And this game is intense and close. But Harlequins, for all their efforts, just can't get out of this defensive 22. Eventually the ball comes back. Ledster, oh, and dropped. Dear. Dropped and then picked up by Conway, who was offside. So devastation there for Harlequins, and this gives Bernie a really good opportunity. And they've dropped it going forward, so just can't hold on to the ball. Both teams playing at such high intensity here and really struggling just to maintain the ball in their hands. Such is the peril of this knockout final. Love to see, oh, here we go, Ledster goes again. Conway wraps around, Ledster on her outside, but can't hang on to the ball again, and another knock on. So some great moves being attempted out here. Harlequins in this deep defensive end, throwing the ball wide, trying to get around the outside of Bernie, but just not able to do it. And Sweetman there just hobbling, maybe a hamstring injury, but we're about to see half time. And there it is, so last play. Patolo, does she get around the outside? No, she can't. Flings it back inside. Hardy picks it up. Runs around. Oh, she's got space now. I don't think Attrell's going to get to her. She is going to get to her. And dishes the pass back to Weldon, who can't make the line either. Conway needs to hang on. She gets it to ground, but Bernie will recover. We've got a flag out. Ball's knocked on and over the line. But there's a assistant referee's flag. And we'll wait and see what the call is. The players are both, they're all walking away. Must have been nothing of noteworthiness. And after a frantic first half, Bernie with a 30-second try, that was all for the scoreboard. And they spent the rest of that half, about 6 whole minutes, camped inside Harlequins 22, but were unable to score. So I need a break because I've got to catch my breath. You'll be back for the second half, and I can't wait because this is an absolute cracker. All right, so I had a chance to sit down and catch my breath. It was the first half. It's hard to describe how hectic it was from both teams. The attack from Burnie was relentless, but the defence from Harlequins was also relentless. And it was the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. But I guess just probably for Burnie, a few mistakes, a few drop balls. They could have been over for 1 or 2 more tries. But great credit to Harlequins for defending, and they'll be hoping to get the ball and get it down the other end. So ball gets over the head of Boucher, and it's going to go all the way into in goal. No one's told her what to do, though. She needed to put that ball down. Conway needs to get that ball out. And in the end, Boucher's brought the ball back into the field of play and then has been tackled back over the line. And we end up with a scrum to Burnie. In that situation, all Boucher had to do was put that ball down and would have been seeing a scrum back up in the middle of the field, or a tap, I'm not sure, in sevens actually. Great pressure from Conway to make the tackle there. I don't think the ball had been picked up, and there she is for another one. She's everywhere. And a third tackle in a row. She's got to hold on though. And here we go. Patolo gets around the outside and she eventually scores. So another quick one to Burnie. If it wasn't for the mad tackling of Winona Conway, they would have been in a little bit quicker. But Tina Patolo, she's strong and they're not going to stop her when she gets a bit of space. And the subs are coming. Can hear the calls. And we're going to see some substitutions. So Ledster comes off, replaced by Roberts for Harlequins. And the kick is to come from Varka. They don't want to let this one get over the back. Oh, that one's going to hit the ground. They've got to be careful here, Boucher. Oh, well picked up too. And she puts her ears back and runs into contact. Great work by Boucher. And that ball in the end's been turned over, but no release on Boucher. And Conway picks it up and goes quickly. She's got Sproul outside her. She straightens up. Great tackle. Roberts now coming around the blind, flings it over. Oh! And it's just forward. Boucher had the line out in front of her, 50 metres away, mind you. But some quick hands by Roberts, just floated marginally forward. And we're in for a scrum. So the subs have happened for Burnie as well. We've got Ulupano has come on. And a great drive back. The ball's knocked on there. Patolo unable to take it. Oh, Roberts with the soccer. The ball's still in play. She's there in front of Davies. No, we're coming all the way back to the knock-on from Burnie, the first one. Again, pressure from Conway on the halfback. So Nepatua Polotu has come into halfback. Patolo pushed out to the wing. And the game is as incessant as it was in the first half. Just players continually thudding into each other and putting the pressure on. Attrell can't take it but knocks it backwards. And now she gets a head of steam up, but a good, solid, low tackle. They don't hold on to her though. And eventually Patolo comes in. Attrell puts it down, gets to her feet, picks it up again and taps it back. Conway's close, flings it back. Boucher gets onto it, but tackled before she picks it up. And then Roberts is onto this one. It's messy. They've got numbers out wide here. The ball needs to be passed. O'Donnell Out to Sproul. Has she got the pace? She doesn't. Great chase in there by Tuapolotu. She's got to get that ball back. Eventually does. And O'Donnell now to Conway. Boucher can't grab that one. And out the ball comes. Nice step off the right foot, but a great tackle. Oh, and now Attrell's got space in front of her. She's got to pin her ears back. She's going to get there. They're not going to get her. And Lydia Attrell, she wants to go under the post to get these 7 points. And she does so. And after great, relentless work from Harlequins, they managed to get a try. And we'll be hoping to go to 7 points. Which will give them the opportunity to steal this game. Our scoreboard says Burnie are on 10. We've got Harlequins on 7. I'm not sure if it's, I think it should be, I don't know if it's 12. 12 or 10. Scoreboard online, I think, says 10. It's just the scoreboard out on the ground says 12. Substitutions happening. You can hear the hear the calls from the coaches. And Conway kicks it straight to Davies. Couldn't quite get it over her head, and the chasers weren't there. But they get there, and Sproul takes Davies to the ground. Conway comes around offside. And that'll give Burnie a bit of a crack. Varka now shrugs off. No. Good tackling by Boucher. She's been excellent after she's come on in this second half. And Conway, as always, has been great. The pass is forward over there. And they're not going to come back for the penalty for offside. So it'll be a Harlequin scrum. 3 points behind. 30 seconds to go. This is essentially the last play of the day for either of these teams. And, oh, the ball comes back. Roberts to Conway. Ball comes out wide. Nice work. Conway now has Attrell, and she could be away. This could be it. Harlequins. Attrell's going to score. No, she's not. She's taken down in a great tackle. She gets the ball to Conway. Attrell again. She's got Boucher with her. Boucher might score, and I think she's dropped it. No, the thumbs up from the assistant referee. And Harlequins will go through to the grand final in an amazing comeback. Is that right? There's a question about the score. I think maybe it's a draw. I don't know. Our score says it's going to be 12-10, but maybe Burnie are 12. We'll need to confirm what happens, because if it's currently tied and the conversion comes and is not good. So I need to check the scores, because our scores are different to the one on the ground. We've got half time.
No, it's not.
Hooted again. Was it 12 all? Did you guys convert? We didn't get that. Excellent. All right. Apparently that's correct. So just to confirm, we'll stay here. It's actually 12 all. Our scoreboard was incorrect. I was getting overly excited for Harlequins. So after all that excitement, there is no extra time. So in the end there, excitement for Burnie. They managed to stay ahead. Well, at 12 all, the competition rules are the team who was higher at the ladder ends up going straight into the final. So that was Bernie. And apologies to everyone at home watching who will have thought Harlequins snatched that victory. I thought they had as well, but the score actually out here ended up being 12-all. So we've got a bit of a break before the next match, which will be a match between Harlequins and Launceston for the 3rd and 4th place playoff. And the grand final after that between Burnie and University of Tasmania. We'll be back soon with the 3rd versus 4th playoff. we're back. Third versus fourth playoff. Well, we don't know which one's which yet, though. That's the decision to be made. So Launceston, after a tight victory over East in a pretty bruising battle, but they've had plenty of time to recover from that, are here and ready to face off against Harlequins, who, sadly for them, had a draw against Burnie in also an immensely battering competition.
Yeah, how good was that last game, Dion? I've just snuck in.
And
Can't keep away.
the dulcet tones of Adam Brancher are now on the mic, which is good fun. You might want to come around this side of the desk, Adam. It's pretty hard to see from way back there out of the rain.
I think I might. It's going to be kind. Look at the weather. I can actually see the mountain. I think we might get away with a bit of sunshine here.
Absolutely. And here we go. Conway with the kickoff. Doesn't go 10. It nearly does. It actually does go 10. And well picked up by Thou.
Yeah.
Apparently a foot on the line as she picked that up. I didn't think she was anywhere near the line, but well done by Jerry.
Eagle-eyed Jerry on the case there.
Yep. And pretty tricky start there for Launceston, as that ball didn't make the 10 originally, but just got there. So the line out. Roberts with the throw.
Throwing into the wind, always tricky.
It's just become very blustery all of a sudden too. And the throw goes straight to the throw. That's not 5 metres.
And Jerry's caught that. And the crowd doesn't like that at all. Doesn't like that.
The crowd doesn't like it. Disappointment.
Yeah, it's never popular when the ref applies the law as written.
Well, we'll see a line out over here to Launceston. Cara North with the ball in hand. She has been absolutely outstanding today. She's a live wire on the field, and I tell you what, she's got some acceleration. I would love to see a race.
Big push.
Look at that push from Harlequins. Their scrum was excellent against Burnie as well, and now they get to rampage moving forward. Conway.
Oh, we're going into the pocket
Conway's
there.
copped it. She's had a great day so far, has Winona. That's a shame. Just slipping up a little bit high. She'll come and pretty much be sitting with us on the bench now.
We've got a second one.
Second one, and
goodness
now
me.
Boucher and Harlequins are down to 5.
No leeway given.
But great tackling by Isabella Sproul there on Katrina Tranant, and that ball bounces out over. So Harlequins with 5 for the next 2 minutes. A couple of naughties on the bench over there. They're only sitting literally 4 metres away from me, so they can hear everything I'm saying.
Absolutely everything will be taken down and used against you.
That one goes
that
5
good.
metres. Nice work. Good link up there between, between Roberts and Sproul, but unfortunately Pickering can't hang on to that one.
That was good movement. That had a lot of promise, considering they're going up against 2 extra players. That's definitely the option. Go wide.
Defence is going to be tricky now. Erica Ledster is going to have to defend against 3. And it'd be wise of Launceston to push their whole back line out and get it as wide as they can. It's Tranant, Thou, and then Smith versus Erica Ledster. And the ball comes quickly. North goes to Tranant. She goes blind, and it's on there too. Pickering gets across, and what a great tackle. Ball gets popped up, and Roberts with a big tackle, and takes them over the sideline. Gabby Butler running a good support line there, but Finn Roberts bundles her into touch and gives Harlequins another line out.
Still 0-0 in this game. 3rd and 4th place game. Intriguing competition. North versus South. Here we go. Let's see if she backs herself.
Straightens up. Can she get the ball to Erica? No, but Roberts is there. Roberts gets it over the top, and Ledster is away. Thou's coming though. I don't know if she's going to make it. She is. Erica Ledster run down by North and puts the ball over for a try. Great work Down 2 players.
How about that?
And
Wow.
some excellent support play. How good was Finn Roberts coming around in support there to get that ball over the top? Unbelievable.
And that's not, the conversion's not made, so we're 5 playing nil.
5 playing nil, and Conway and Boucher come back on off the naughty chairs, and we'll see the ball come back. So they'll be relieved that both of them spending 2 minutes off saw their team put 5 points on and concede none.
What do you think? Do you think that was tactical to get a bit of a rest and fresh legs?
I don't know. I think Winona just was unbelievable in that last game against Burnie, the number of tackles she made, and she's just brought that intensity to this game too.
Nope.
All
there
right.
we go. Free
That's
kick restart.
Finn, she knows the laws here.
Yep.
It's, let's just touch it and let them have a tap.
Yeah, there was a bit of
Straight
confusion
back.
in the uni game on that particular aspect of the law. Very experienced play there.
And Thou with the tap. So Launceston now behind. Oh! Sproul shoots up in defence and says, hello, Gabby Butler. Rothney to North.
Got a loop.
To Tranent.
Into traffic.
And stolen too.
Advantage being played. Ball's gone backwards.
And Conway runs with the ball in 2 hands. Rhiannon James tries for the intercept. Was caught between 2 minds. And Winona Conway scores and puts another 5 down for Harlequins. And they go up now 10-0. I think Winona probably looks at the post and goes, really? Don't know. Would you bother?
I'm not sure.
Because she's only going to have to kick it and then chase it and bring it back to the middle to kick it again.
Perhaps there's a bit of kindness to a team, a little bit of clock management going on there.
Oh, it's not a bad effort, though.
Wasn't bad.
Thanks to the assistant referee, Jerry, getting back there again. Just saving Winona having to run that extra 40 metres to get the ball and then another 40 metres to get back.
I reckon Jerry's 73. He's got a decent boot on him, you know.
That's
Or maybe that was last year he was 73. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him after the game. 10-0. Beautiful sunlit Hobart. A little bit cold. I think it was 7 degrees in the car earlier.
Yeah, it's not been very pleasant out here so far today. Not that bad. And that's a nice kick. That one hits the line. Oh, Roberts gets there really quickly but can't catch it. And Rothney with a solid run there but not hanging on to the ball. She's a wily character, that Finn Roberts. You see her there sniffing at that ball. Just ripped it off Rothney again there.
Trumps at the end there. But unfortunately, the arm was out. Harsh, sir. Harsh.
And we'll play the scrum. That'll run us into half-time. Launceston would love to get some points here. They can get the ball to Thou with a bit of space. She could easily do it from here. Tranent hits it up, takes the ball forward. I like this. Good stepping. Eventually finds Boucher. Roberts over that one to be penalised.
She will be penalised for
the ball
that.
comes
Straight
back.
off her feet.
Thou now, if she can get around. Oh, she's got players outside. Smith and a pop. Nice work. Thou's away. And we've seen this happen a few times. Boucher's got the pressure on in defence. It's a great chase from her. Conway just comes inside to push her towards the sideline. But Naomi Thou, she's fleet of foot and she's got some great acceleration. And really good work between her out there and Hayley Smith. Good work from Naomi to give that pass and then do the wraparound and get on the outside so she had some space. So consolation try, well not a consolation try I suppose.
No. Brings them back into the game.
We've still got another half of rugby to go, but Launceston hit one back and we'll go to half time at 10-5 and we'll have a breather and you can too, and we'll join you again with the start of the second half.
Sounds good.
here we are. So half time, we've had a
Controversy.
an assistant referee replacement. After commenting on the great kicking prowess of one Jerry Horch, he's done a hammy in doing so and been replaced. But we're away. Thou now with the kick, making that last try in that first half.
No.
It's a wonky one. The girls are getting tired.
No,
but
that's
it's been played at, and we're play on. So Pickering picks it up and pops back, and that one's been knocked on.
Oh, no, she can't do that on
coming
the
into there. Keisha Tauti coming in.
A little bit of hesitation there. I don't think she knew what was going on, and there was no support for her. So yeah, it's been lucky that they get this.
Yes, could have been a penalty.
Absolutely.
Against Harlequins there with Pickering being offside and off her feet, catching that ball as it was knocked on. But that's all right, we'll play the scrum. We've had plenty of these today. It's tricky conditions out there. And we'll see Cara North get it in and fling the ball out to Thou. She's got a wide pass out here to Tranent, who's been really good at it. She gets around the outside. I don't think she got the pace to get past Conway. Straightens up, and Winona thumps her into the pitch.
Good tackle.
But nice pop pass out there. And stolen there by Pickering. She's been great in this game. She didn't get a run, I don't think, in the game earlier.
No, same pair of hands.
Ball goes over the top and misses Fialea, but she gets it. And she's got a head of steam now too. Thou, what a champ she's been. And Cara North onto it. Play on at penalty advantage. And North and Conway thud into each other. And a good drive there from Roberts, but well done by Smith. We're going to come back for the penalty earlier for holding on at the breakdown. Cara North was onto that like lightning. And Thou will be looking for Rhiannon James off her shoulder.
This is where it's going.
Gives it straight to her. She steps inside, but not enough there to get away from Sproul.
Good option. Bring it back down the left-hand side of the pitch.
Oh, solid hit there.
Very solid hit. Oh, and very sharp.
Offside, Conway. And Gabby Butler goes to the quick tap, but in the wrong spot. She goes again. Who's she got with her? Oh, boom. And that hurt under the ribs.
Did hurt.
Ouch. A great driving tackle there from Winona Conway. Butler just ran straight up to her and saw her coming and just slowed up.
Yeah, and she just presented the full of a body.
Yes, front on.
Very, very competent tackler there.
And absolutely. And how good is the technique of Winona Conway in that tackle? You love to see it. She's just body height down, all leg drive.
Yeah, all off the legs. Superb. I think she enjoyed that. There's a bit of giggling going on there. Get presented with opportunities like that every day.
No. And Butler's sucking a few breaths.
Deep breath.
Yeah, that hurts. I felt that one from here.
Yeah, you me both.
She's gonna keep playing though. Go Gabby. Nice work.
Pretty impressive. I'm not sure there's much on the bench for Lonnie today.
No, they did have one earlier.
Maybe an injury. Here we go. I would expect they're going to restart with a scrum.
Yes, the knock on after that tackle. So punishing hit there from Winona Conway. She's done plenty of those in a couple of games today. And she'll get a chance to run this ball out of here. She might even look for a kick. Got a couple of good flyers, and the ball's been won by Launceston. So Tranent needs to get around to the left-hand side. Gives it to James. She's got Smith outside her. Just needs to straighten up.
Yep. A lot of
running
going on.
So far sideways there.
There was a little bit of a nudge there, but got away with it.
And James tries to get around the outside, but no one's getting around the outside of Winona Conway today.
Good support.
Oh, Cara North, she's away. That change of pace. Over the first about 4 steps, Cara North, her acceleration is unbelievable. And her ability to drop her hips in contact and just maintain stability is unbelievable. She and Georgia Stewart play and run in the exact same way.
Yep.
And I would love to see them with a 50-metre sprint. because no one will catch them over 5 metres,
No.
and they've both got pace to burn. But those two over 50 would be, I couldn't pick it.
Wow, oh, that's interesting. She put a teammate in the best position to convert that, but it wasn't successful. So we're
No
10
good.
all.
10 all.
It's getting a bit like the last game. It's everything going down to the wire.
What are the chances of Harlequins having 2 draws today?
My life. And I presume they would play a little bit of extra time in that case just to get a decision. Obviously, it's not in the pool matches.
Yeah, I don't know with the 3rd versus 4th.
Sure, luckily
Competition
we have a comp
manager
manager.
standing nearest might know the answer.
He's-
Extra time for this match?
Yes, we had the nod.
Oh, it goes for the tricky one, and those stupid shaped ball doesn't
And it's been
bounce over.
touched.
Good option in the end there
Yep.
for from Trannan. She's been great this game,
Hasn't she?
Katrina, particularly in the last game, well, last couple of games earlier. She was a little bit quiet, probably wasn't as involved as much, but this match she's been exceptional.
We haven't seen her much this year, have we? I think it's probably the 2nd time I've seen her play.
Yeah, I haven't. We haven't seen Launceston a lot on the stream.
No.
Good to see them today, and we're going to see another yellow card.
Yeah, the
So
Colby comes out.
Hayley Smith and Lydia Attrell goes, I'm going to score one from here. She doesn't get away
But
from
she has got
Naomi
support.
Thouthau, though.
Needs to let go. Oh, yes. Just didn't release the tackle there. The knees were clearly on the ground.
That's all right.
There's only a minute and a half left, so you won't get back on unless there's extra time. So
And Conway goes herself. Thouthau's got her and holds her up. It's just a great battle between those two as well.
Everything's on
And
the
in the
line.
end there,
Oh.
a try scored. I think that's, was that Keisha Tauti who
could be.
spins around the tackle and puts the ball down. And with about a minute left on the clock, that could capture the 3rd place for Harlequins.
It's just getting the job done there.
Yeah, it didn't look like she was going to score. There's a good solid hit on her, but that that
Bounced
spin in
and
the tackle
spun.
and ball security is the key, and the conversion's no good. And we are now 15-10.
Question is, do we have time for a restart? Is this game going to turn around? Are we going to see some more drama here prior to the 1-2 final, which I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to. This has been a great game of rugby too.
Yes, yes. Another close one for Harlequins. Here comes the hooter.
So if this goes dead after this hoot,
Here it is. Hooter blows. Launceston with one last chance. Oh, nice chase and run down by Pickering. Ball comes back and it's knocked forward. Oh, and another knock on. We've got knock-ons both ways. No, didn't see that one. Conway decides, yeah, let's get it out of here. We'll have the victory.
We'll have that 3rd place.
And an entertaining and physical game of rugby sees Harlequins come away with 3rd place. And Launceston, valiant effort today, coming out in 4th in a close one. Harlequins 15, Launceston to 10. And very shortly, we'll be back with the grand final playoff between Burnie and University. All right, here comes the big dance between Burnie and University.
A lot of smiles, a lot of respect for these two teams. Like, I was thinking towards the end of that match, these games are so close. It just suggests that the pool system really sorts the correct teams out, and it's certainly the case in this instance. Wouldn't you say, Dan?
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess the difference today is University played 2 games a long time ago. They haven't played in a couple of hours, and they won them both very easily with not a lot of competition. Whereas Burnie played not all that long ago, and they had a really tough battle. And I'm not sure whether that's a good thing for Burnie or a bad thing. In some ways, I think having a tough game and being fairly warm is going to be to their advantage. Anyway, Varka with the kick down. Zing, well taken. Runs straight in field looking for some support. Gives it off to Brancher. To Stewart. She ducks and weaves and gives it outside to Lindiger. And she's got the pace to get away. No one's going to catch her.
Not a chance.
And it's going to be a try in under a minute. She scored about 6 already today. And Kenna Lindiger,
I don't think she slowed down at all.
Runs 70 metres. If you include the curve that she ran, probably about 80. And puts the ball down and gives her team another quick try. And that's converted as well, off the post. But it goes through. And very well done. So just quick ball movement to get across to the outside and to get around. And Burnie just didn't have the defensive spread to cover that one.
There we go. Signal for the kick.
It's a 1.
It's definitely a 1.
She's going to go straight with the 1 in the middle of the field. No, it's a 1 over this side. I reckon it's a 1 to 4. Well taken by Patolo. She's a wrecking ball. Gives the ball off to Sweetman. She's got pace, but she's not going to get away. She needed to slow down and go back infield there, and she's taken over the sideline.
By Kenna Lindiger.
By Lindiger, and that ball's flung in quickly.
Mr. Hobden did not like that. Must have touched a spectator or something.
He said line out had formed. So Brancher with the throw in.
Now, if this is good, this is what I taught her. If it's not, that's probably... That is not bad. Yeah,
well taken by Pregnell, but no, it was bad. Apparently, not straight.
Wow, I'm not sure about that, Mr. Hobden. No, he's closer than us.
So we're going to see a scrum to the Emus out there on the 15-metre line inside University's half on the 10. So
very evenly matched pack here.
Yes, interesting to see the number 10 there of Anna Varka in the scrum here. She's actually played that fly half, first receiver position a lot. But we've got Virginia Tuapolotu coming into that position now. And she's just standing pretty much right behind the scrum.
Yeah, Branch has obviously been told to cover her. Was pretty alert.
I certainly wouldn't be surprised at all here if Tuapolotu comes this way and Patolo tries to take it back around the other way. Now she's going to come this way.
Exactly
they do come blind.
And a lot of pressure on her there.
Stewart picks it up.
Stewart.
She managed to do that.
There you go.
Oh, bad luck by Hardy there. She grabbed that ball.
I think so. It's not 10. Yeah.
Offside.
Definitely not 10. We're going to see what we can exploit down that corner. No, there's a foot in touch there.
So the penalty will come. Burnie need to get back quickly because Branch is onto her. That's not a tap.
She never tapped it.
I don't even think she touched it with a foot.
No. Oh, you see, no leeway in the final.
No. Harsh. I don't even think she touched it with a foot.
No.
It's almost like just a fake, a fake dummy run. But no.
It was not bought by the ref, that dummy.
And the ball's out and picked up by Stewart.
Very good.
Tackled by Patolo. Ball goes to Brancher. Keenan goes backwards. She's being chased down out there by Samara Bakes. And flings a pass. And here we go. Lindiger's got space. Has she got the pace to get past Hardy? No.
Yeah,
but she steps inside. So strong. She's starting to slow down a little bit, though. She's had enough of these long runs, I think.
Tell you. Oops.
And Vanessa Hardy
Bit
goes
of a
over the
flop
top.
there. Kenna's AFL team's watching this game, so I'm not sure if they're not giving her a little bit of extra encouragement.
She's hurt herself too, is Hardy.
Oh, no. There you go. There's your reward. Kick your own conversion.
Yes.
Which she does.
She does.
Very
She's good.
competently.
She's very good.
Very.
And Uni push ahead. 14-0. Okay. Burnie need to dig deep here. They need to find something. Some continuity is what they need, and some ball.
They haven't had any ball in hand. I think that's been the strength of the university. They've given them absolutely no space.
And we shall see. It's a one again.
It's definitely a one.
And
it
she
goes to the same spot, so yeah.
Good kick, Weldon.
Ooh,
Knocks that
happened
one
there?
backwards.
Ooh.
No, Dean forwards. Looked like it kind of went behind her, but
Behind,
unfortunate.
Big drive, man.
And this is a must win situation. Even a win in this scrum for Burnie. They don't want to give University an opportunity here to score again.
Good competent scrum.
And
Nice switch.
Lindiger coming back inside and then running across the field. Varka has hold of her but loses it.
Oh, that
And
is a
Tina
big,
Patolo
big hit.
says, no, you're not going that way.
Emily's locked that up beautifully there. Big throw.
Good hands out there. Hakkinen steps back inside.
Antonia into scrum half. And we've got the numbers out here. This is going to be key to see if they can act. Oh, gosh, that was
I
in
think
the throat.
just the head, I think it was the head of Pregnall that hit Hardy in the chest.
Yeah, no, she felt
And
that.
Stewart, as we see so often, sees a big gap. Defender stays out wide, trying to cover the support, and Georgia just runs through. And another try to University. Conversion's no good. And that'll be 19-0.
Very soon, I think we're going to hear the whistle for half-time. I think both teams probably need a rest. Bench is starting to rotate for Burnie.
Yeah, a few substitutions happening. Ball is back. This time, I think we're going a 4. And it's out wide to the other side.
It's a
Varka.
lovely pickup.
Got some support there.
Lot to do
from
there.
Bakes, who doesn't have anyone
Antonia
supporting
over the ball,
her.
and she's stolen. Oh, and she got rewarded by that by absolutely getting nailed. I don't think one of the players was very happy with that.
Patola. Oh, there's a
was
serious
that, Emily?
contact there. And ball's been stolen. You've got to be so quick in support here,
and it's
playing
another
against University.
try. Mind you, Bella's having a good run. Sorry.
And Stewart's racing away for another one. Chased down by Hardy. Get some contact on her.
That's me being
And there
very
we go.
premature. Sorry about that, Dion.
But another try to University. I think that'll see us, well, we heard the hooter, but that'll be the half-time break. And the conversion kick is no good. So all University so far. We'll just have a break here while the girls do as well. And we'll be back with the second half. But Burnie have got to find something if they're going to go anywhere close to catching up, because it's 4 tries and 2 conversions, I think. We're talking 24-0, and they're a long way behind. We'll see you soon. All right, we're back. One last 7 minutes of rugby for these 7 women from each team in this women's sevens rugby competition. So many sevens.
That's quite lucky.
Yes, it absolutely is. That's maybe, I don't know, lucky they call it sevens.
Ah.
Lindigo with the kick. It's a 1 again. That usually goes across to the left. Samara Bakes, this one's coming to you. And there it is. Oh, out, just passes her a little bit. She gets there in the end, though, and drives towards the sideline. Got some support there. I think that's Nepa Tuapolotu who's come on the field now. And Cece Ulupano needs to draw, just needs to, yeah, good work. And gives it to Patolo. She straightens up and gives it away to Sweetman. Now she's got some pace. Hakkinen, no, I don't think they're going to catch her. She gets away around the outside. Hakkinen, and they're not able to get her. And Rebecca Sweetman puts on the first points of this second half. And we talked about Bernie needing something. And there it is, a 5-pointer under the posts in the first minute.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. Krusty, that must have been some halftime talk. Goodness gracious.
Right. The substitutions here too.
Yeah, I think that's making impact.
Absolutely.
Smart placement. Best opportunity to kick, sorry.
Just again, yeah, that play we saw, it was Tuapolotu, Nepa Tuapolotu on the other side, getting that ball out. And then Cece Ulupano, who's come on in the second half too, running with that ball in 2 hands, dummying, and then eventually drawing the tackler, getting the ball away to Tina Patolo, and she again with the draw and feed gives Sweetman a 50-metre run to the line, and that is exactly what Bernie needed. Unfortunately, no conversion, which makes it tough. Quick kick here, goes low. Pregnell, she'll love this.
She will, straight into contact. And my goodness, did she make
Samantha Hughes.
The opportunity. Oops.
Need to get to lower body height than that on Emily Pregnell. And then Pregnell gets up and picks up that ball, gives it off to Pratt, has a look and realises.
Good step, that's a good option.
Zing, nowhere near her.
Oops.
And the ball comes back. Stewart now, the defence needs to move sideways and they don't get around enough. And Georgia Stewart has gotten around the outside. So Bernie's defence just not drifting across there enough. They really needed the whole line to be shuffling sideways rather than one defender shooting up. And when they shoot up too quickly, Georgia Stewart will get around the outside of you. She had Lindiger with her as well, but all too good.
And how was that for an answer for that first try from Bernie?
That's right.
Yep.
2 minutes, 2 tries.
Anything you can do.
And the kick from Stewart. Not a bad effort, actually. Just glances off the post.
Wow. And the reward, chase your own ball.
That's right. And then have to run 60 metres back.
Yeah.
At least she doesn't have to kick it when she gets back there.
Yes.
It's one of the differences in the sevens where when you score, you kick.
Yeah.
Particularly if you're in a situation like this where you're in front. There's no rush for you to bring the ball back. There's no urgency. And you know, in some ways, if you scored, if you were the team who was scored against, you'd want to get back quickly. And great run here by Hardy. She's got a good fend on her. And oh, she looks back. Oh, some heavy contact
Very
there.
heavy contact.
Hardy's a tough player. She's run back and run into her own player, I think there. It was unfortunate. So much red on the field. You'd like to see someone with a different coloured strip. Glancing around. She's back into it, but Hakkinen too good.
Yep.
Gets away. She's taken in a nice tackle by Virginia Tuapolotu, but still manages to get away. Spills it forward, though. Brancher picks it up, but that one's gone forward. So hectic play out here. Some big physical contact. And you can see Isabella Hardy there. She's able to lift in situations like this. She's quite fearsome when she gets that ball in her hand. But again, I can just see there, she turned around and looked for the soft pass back, and it was to a player from the other team. Something need to be considered maybe in future when these teams play, that We don't have them. University
Bit
didn't
slow
switch
on
on there.
No, absolutely. There was a big hole on that
subbing,
side.
and all of their backs lined up on this one side of the field. Bernie didn't notice that they had the whole other side of the field to themselves, and came back into where the defence was. Oh, that one's forward, but we're offside, and Bernie will get a penalty. Getting a bit tired now. So Tina Patolo, they need to get some space out on the right. She straightens up and goes through too. She's very good, and she's been great all day. And she goes over and closes that gap again. And she's down. She looks hurt. And she's probably just overly exhausted. She's been valiant all day, has Tina, just holding that, holding the leg. And Isabella Hardy says, "That's all right, I'll kick it. We need to get back." And it's good.
Decent conversion.
And they need to run back and get this ball back.
They've gone time off there, obviously.
Yeah, we'll just stop the clock for that one, which will give Bernie time to get back. I think Bernie want to get back and be ready so they don't lose any more time off the clock when they decide what's happening here. Anna Varka is going to come on. So a good replacement, but it's probably impossible to replace the brute strength of Tina Patolo, because she is a absolute machine in this game, and she'll be missed. And the kick now, Anna Varco. Be happy to have it in her hands though. And she kicks that ball down. It goes to Lindiger, who drops it. And will come down for the scrum. So another chance in attack here for Bernie. The wind is blowing now. Blowing back in probably the way it normally blows here, which is right to left a bit.
In other words, yes.
Earlier it was blowing from our left to right. Quick ball here.
And we stepped and we're looking for the blind.
Virginia Tuapaladu.
Good.
Now Weldon taken to ground, and Bernie get in there and play it back. Now comes to Bakes. Good step by Hardy. She gets away from one, gets away from another one, and she's through. So some strong work here. Bernie players really lifting, and they've closed the gap again. They've still got 3 tries to get to catch up, but Hardy's really turned it on. And the subs will come from University to try and put their first string team back on, and that conversion's good. So 10 points in it, 2 tries. It's interesting, University looking a bit shell-shocked.
They are, aren't they?
Unusual to see Kenna Lindiger drop a ball.
Yep.
She's looking pretty tired, I think.
She did a huge amount of work in the first half. Oh.
And there it is, so not likely, well, impossible really for a win now. So University are going to win it. Georgia Stewart's going to run for the sideline. I'd like to see her just run over the edge.
There it is, that's the game.
Kicks it out, and a very good win to the University of Tasmania. Excellent play by them. It was an absolute shocking first half where they put 24 unanswered points on the board. You can see the score. They scored 1 try in the second half, where Bernie were able to score 3 and come back and get that 10-point margin in a really lopsided affair in terms of first half and second half. But excellent play by everyone all round. Now stick with us. We'll have the presentations on the stream. I won't give you any commentary on those. We'll be feeding straight from the microphone from our competition manager, Pete Garden. And probably we'll see our Tasmanian Rugby Union President, Ebony Altamira, out there as well. But we'll leave the commentary there. And thanks for watching all of our women's rugby sevens this year. Great to see a great competition out here today, and your winners, the University of Tasmania.
Don't go too far away, teams. We'll do presentations and things straight away just now, okay?
You want me to hold that away?
Yeah. Chuck it. Put it on the face. Yeah. You filming it? Yes. Oh, good.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I've got 6.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, tuning in from back home. I'm just talking nice and quietly. We'll get these teams gathered here for a moment. We're going to go live. We're just going to get them to turn the music down for me, bro. All right, teams. Shh, nice and quiet. Shh, nice and quiet. So for everybody here on the grounds, if you turn around and point up there to the scissor lift, okay, you're still live on telly. You can't hear me. I'm going to talk nice and loudly, but it means you need to be nice and quiet for me because this microphone's only for the stuff on the telly, okay? So it's not publishing for us here. Before we get into it, let me juggle my phones and things. But first of all, I'd just like to pay respect to the traditional and original owners of this land, the Moanina people, to pay respect to those who have passed before us and to acknowledge today's Tasmanian Aboriginal people who are the custodians of this land. What a fantastic game of rugby all day, not just the grand final, but all through the sevens. Please, big round of applause for everybody here. Thank you for making your way to Rugby Park for a beautiful afternoon. We did have the games throughout the day. Unfortunately, let's just do a quick round of applause for Devonport. I know that they were stalwarts through the season and tried to get some teams going. Didn't make it with us here today. The next team I wanted to give a shout out to, please, is to Eastern Suburbs. East, would you like to come forward, please? Any words you'd like for the camera? Just have a look up there, give them a wave.
It's been a great season. We've really enjoyed it and we've enjoyed building and we're really looking forward to next season and being even more competitive. Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Before we jump into the finals matches, so East finished in the pools today. Before we jump to the finals, I'd just like to ask if Ebony, the president of Tasmanian Rugby Union, would like to come forward to say a few words.
Yeah, congratulations to all the girls, team, managers, coaches, officials, everyone that gets out each week to help and bring this all together. It's always a fantastic day, the grand final day, so thank you ladies for travelling down here, bringing the weather as well and putting on a great show. The rugby today has been spectacular. Like, ladies, you have really stepped up. It's not just me saying it, it's the coaches, it's the sideline, it's everyone saying how amazing those games of rugby were today. So well done to you all, a massive credit, and enjoy the celebrations.
Thank you, Ebony. Also today, before we get into the match officiating piece, we couldn't have done what we get to do, not every round, but also here today as well without match officials. And I know a few of you step in on the sidelines and things throughout the season, but we were fortunate enough today to have Jimmy, Jerry and Mike and Tim. Tim, give us a wave. Are you still around, mate? He jumped in when Jerry did a hammy in one of the games there. But please come forward, gentlemen, and accept a medal of our appreciation. Big round of applause, please, for our match officials. So we had the third and fourth playoff here this afternoon. Launceston and Harlequins battling it out there. I'd like to invite Launceston first up, who finished in fourth spot for today's festivities. Launceston, anyone like to come forward?
I just want to say a huge shout out to Mama Jax for everything you've done this season. To Terry, I can't see him, but thanks. And especially to all the girls. Like, we had a hard season. We played every game with 7 or 6, but we turned up, or 5. We turned up every training, every game, and gave it everything we can. Thanks to the Queens. It was an awesome last game. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well done. And after finishing in a draw in their pools match, and then Bernie moving through from that against Harlequins. Harlequins won their third, fourth playoff to finish third today. Harlequins, please come forward. Thank you very much. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone on the live stream that's been watching us throughout the season. We really appreciate your support, and everyone on the sidelines that came out today. Thanks, Bernie, first of all. What a great way to start off the day. Beautiful game against you guys. And then Launceston, you really freaked us out with that second try there. So thanks for keeping us humble and in the game. Really good day, and well done, guys, for taking it out. Really good team, and you well deserved it. And thank you to Chris and Kath and my girls. You know, we love this, and we'll keep going. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. Okay. On to our grand final match for today. Before we get into winners and runners up for grand final, we did also have a few eyes on and around the grounds looking for best player. And we looked at that just in that grand final match for us. And I'd please like to ask Kenna to come and join us, please, for best on ground. We do have a medallion for you, but while we're searching for it, anything you'd like to say there?
Yeah, Bernie girls, this whole season wouldn't have been the season it was without you girls, your commitment, driving. You drive the most every year without fail, and you don't even question it. It comes, like, for us and Harlequins, we can say we travel max half an hour. Like, you girls do it all, and it's not what it is without you. Same to you, Launceston. You still are putting in your hours, and it doesn't go unnoticed. You girls have also had way less of a squad all year, and we appreciate it all. And to my girls, I love you all. And everyone, good work.
Well done, thank you. Hang around here. We've got a medallion in our box of magic tricks coming up. Can I please ask the captain from Bernie in second place today? Bernie, can you please come and join us up?
You. No, just same, just to reiterate. Yeah, rugby women isn't the same without all of you guys. Rugby officials, everyone, ditto. To our girls and Sandy, Krusty. Yeah, we obviously put in the hard work all year round. We're still winners in our eyes. We play good rugby, good team, good women, good girls, and uni got us again. But bloody hell, we love versing you, all right? Good, that rugby's just, it keeps going up and up, and yeah, we can only hope as a team ourselves that we keep following it with you guys and the rest of the teams. Yeah, woo! Go rugby!
Don't go anywhere. So what we'll get you to bring up each of your players by name, please.
All right, we've got Tina.
Yes, you go.
Did her first because it's going to take her the longest. Nepa. Samara.
Stay up here for photo, ladies. Come back up.
Belle. This is awkward because I don't want to put anyone. Cece. Mel. Sam.
Ness. Jesse.
And then coach and manager as well. Oh, actually, yourself.
Anna. V. Team manager, Amy. Coach, Krusty. Lexi, come get mine. And Jack, do you want to come up and get Claire's? One for Claire, who obviously, couldn't make it today with us, but has played the whole season with us. So, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, runners up for today, Bernie. Big round of applause, please. Thank you.
1, 2, 3.
Now, Bernie, turn around this way. I'm going to get a photo of you into the sun. So this way around, quick. Nice and quick. Because we're still live. We're rolling here.
Down. Stop walking.
That's it. Thank you, Bernie. All right, and we're on to our first place team for today. Can I please ask captain of University up, please?
Thank you. Oh, wow. Firstly, thank you to everyone for the season. It's been a long one, but it's been really, really cool. And I think the quality gets better every year. Quinns and Launceston, well done on a good hit out for third place in that game. That was really awesome to watch. Bernie, sorry. We love playing you girls, and you really had us rattled coming into that second half. We got a little bit complacent, and then you guys just hit back so hard, and it's an absolute testament to how good you are at this sport that you just never dropped your head and you just kept going. And well done to Krusty as well for all the work that you put in with this team. It's awesome to see. The match officials, thank you very much. Wherever they've run off to, we can't have rugby without you guys. So really, really grateful that we've got such a good refereeing group and new referees coming through as well. Encourage everyone here to get on the refereeing bandwagon and get in and get involved. To our girls, there's a couple of us here today, myself included, Emily, Antonia and Vivi. I think that's it, from who've won the last 3 in a row. So I think that's a pretty awesome achievement. Good job, girls. Managed to stick it out with this team for long enough. To the rest of our girls, I say it every year that I think this season's the best season. I'm going to say it again. It's the best season. I love playing this sport and I love doing it with you girls. And to Maida, we wouldn't have such a good team without you. And Bridget stepping in to be our manager after receiving a pretty nasty injury last year, didn't want to leave the team, so came in and dedicated herself to be the manager this season. So awesome job. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay right here. You can bring up each of your players.
Okay, we'll start down the line. Antonia Brancher. Kate. Pixie. Shane. Ruby. Eman. Emily. Claire. Kenna. Vivi. Ting. Manager Bridget. And our coach Maida. Oh, we still have 2. Laura. and Sylvie.
Jump in there, wait here. Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, I announce for you the winners of the 2022 TRU Women's Sevens, University of Tas. All right, thanks very much, ladies and gents. We will have the championship grand final kicking off in about 10 minutes. Please feel free to hang around, ladies, as well.
And that is it for the Women's Sevens season 2022. Thanks for coming, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you all and many more next year.